Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today I of course want to pose the question in the title of the video to DICE: what is happening? And of course I'm referring to Battlefield 2042, the lack of gameplay and total absence of communication from the official DICE, Battlefield and EA channels. With every new week it feels like we awaken filled with a new wave of optimism that this week will be the one, where we finally get that all-important beta date, see some new gameplay, or just get some kind of an update from the DICE team. But as it stands, the last real content we've seen was on the 3rd of September with the release of the specialist teaser videos. Since then, we've been told the game has been delayed, but have also been promised we will hear more about the upcoming beta later this month. Well, today is the 27th of September, and there isn't a lot left to go, and for a lot of us folks, we're feeling particularly in the dark with things. According to game changers like Flakfire and the Tactical Brit, they are almost completely in the dark as well, and it's obvious that people are starting to get cold feet about the overall health and future success of the game. If you look around the internet on Reddit and in YouTube comments for example, opinions seem to be very divided on this subject. Firstly, there's the opinion of those who want to let the developers get on with what they're doing and simply accept the fact that we aren't hearing any new information because EA and DICE don't have any to share. Then you have the other point of view of those who wish to be more informed by DICE as to the current situation of the game, good or bad. After the whole Battlefield 5 fiasco and the subsequent hype train, both with the build-up to and following the Battlefield 2042 announcement, most people simply want to know where we stand. If you compare the marketing campaigns of Battlefield 2042 to the last Battlefield game to be released, Battlefield 5, there were just tons of blog posts and little updates from DICE via Twitter and their other official channels. With Battlefield 2042, however, they definitely started off strong with the 2 release trailers and then followed that up nicely with some world lore, but communication really just dwindled and ultimately dropped off after that. Now, it is true that DICE and EA don't have to share anything with us. They've given us a trailer for the game, there will be a beta eventually, and then you simply decide if you want to play the game or not. If this were another gaming company like, let's say, Rockstar, the creators of the Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead series, I would expect this sort of thing from them. That's generally how they release games. They'll be silent for literally years, then all of a sudden a trailer for a new game drops, and a couple of months later, boom, you've got GTA 6, right? And nobody worries about that because that's what they've always done, but on the other hand, their games have always been absolute masterpieces, at least in my opinion. With DICE and Battlefield, that sadly isn't the case. And, that's not to take a crack at DICE or anything like that, it's simply a matter of fact. DICE are currently coming off the back of a relative failure with Battlefield 5. They are still in a position where they need to win back their core community's trust, and whilst a lot of people are excited for Battlefield 2042 and the reveal trailers certainly generated a metric ton of hype, people will still reserve judgment until they've seen real gameplay and gotten their hands on the game. Now, if DICE are not ready to do that, I understand completely if it simply isn't time yet, but I really think it would be in their best interests to communicate to us why that is and when we can expect such things. I think one of our main concerns is, will the game be delayed even further, possibly into 2022? Is this the second long silence before we get yet another delay announcement from the team? I'm not saying that's what has happened, but honestly, if that is the case, I think we would all appreciate them just giving it to us straight without sugarcoating, and given the current lack of communication, it either feels like they're hiding something or scrambling to fix things. Then there's Hazard Zone. We know literally nothing about this game mode outside of what we've learnt from sheer speculation and data mining, and that makes me wonder if they plan to unveil this game mode this year at all. It could be similar to Call of Duty Warzone in that game only appeared some months after the game's official release, but of course Warzone wasn't really announced at all, it just sort of popped up, just like Apex Legends. I really want this game to succeed, and you know, I'm a massive Battlefield fan, but DICE really need to take charge of this conversation, or at the very least start participating in it. Now look, if the game isn't ready, that's fine. If the beta build isn't ready, cool, I can wait. I want DICE to take the time they need to make this game fantastic, and if they deem the current gameplay not worthy to be shown, I can understand that as well. In fact, just look how the community ripped the last gameplay we saw to pieces. There's an unfinished kill confirmation UI element, and all of a sudden 10 threads pop up on Reddit touting the game as a failure before it's even released. But communication doesn't mean gameplay or betas. I for one would love to see more Battlefield briefings, perhaps sit down with some different developers each week from various departments and ask them about their time working on the game or what sorts of challenges they've encountered. They could tweet out some new screenshots of maps that we haven't seen yet, give us some new in-depth info about vehicle loadouts or upcoming weapons, you know, instead of us having to learn about all of these things from data miners and leakers. That's my opinion on this whole situation, guys. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on the topic down in the comments. Are you worried for this release, or do you simply have better things to do with your time? If you enjoyed the video, leaving a like is a big help to me here on the channel. Perhaps consider subscribing if you want to learn more about Battlefield 2042. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.